Hi.
Hi.
Week 3. This is the third week of the weekly wrap up for Santa Mauritius Middle School. Week 3. Does it feel like 3 weeks?
No, maybe it feels like less, maybe more. Depends on the day.
That's not a definitive answer. Maybe less,
okay,
maybe
then
more.
maybe the days are running together. I'm not sure.
The days are running together.
Today is Friday.
Yes.
I know that. And
today is Friday.
Because I have a lot of grading to do. Do you have a lot of grading to do?
Yes, but I'm not doing it right now. But I'll get to that.
Of course not, because you're
this
sitting
weekend,
right here.
kids. Don't worry, I'll grade your. They're probably like, Mr. Volger never grades. I'll grade your stuff. So
I am good about grading. My fax kids know, but I had 2 things due this week, so and I saw them all pouring in, so I'm very excited. Because my kids send me videos and pictures of themselves doing fun things.
My kids don't send me pictures and videos.
Well,
they just
because my assignment's super fun.
They just talk in my chat as I live stream. Anyway, so this week is exciting. We have some things like we have another special guest coming up, and we have another video from Mrs. Fabian that we're going to kind of start with soon. So that's cool. She's going to give us some mental health tips on how to not be so stressed in this social distancing world.
Don't spoil it for her. Okay, but first, of course, as always, Dr. Reggio has a message.
I got my notes here.
We're
You ready?
like newscasters.
Yes, newscasters.
Take it, Mr. Bolger.
Take action. Dr. Reggio says, I miss you all so much, and I'm so proud of the work that you have all been putting forth in your classes. Your teachers have told me how wonderfully you are doing, and I want to encourage you all to stay connected with your teachers, as well as the other faculty and staff members at the middle school. Please reach out if you need anything and keep up the great work. I do want to point out that Dr. Reggio kind of let us know that one of our focuses when it comes to grading for the 4th quarter coming up is going to be really just participation and reach out to kids and that connection. So that's going to be one of our main focuses going forward. So just to let you guys know that's coming down the pipe.
And you can think of it as the participation portion of the grade when you were in class. So it's kind of similar to that. So you just want to make sure that you're participating in some way. And if you're having trouble with the work, make sure you're reaching out to your teachers. Make sure you're logging onto your Google Classrooms. Those are your priority, okay? So just make sure you're staying connected. Super important to stay connected.
Super important. Mrs. Trujillo would like her Friends and Buddies Club to stay connected. Please take a few minutes to send Mrs. Trujillo an email to check in, and if interested, sign up for a video chat with your friends from the club. Email address for Mrs. Trujillo is ltrujillo@cmschools.org. You know, this is cool because Friends and Buddies is about kids hanging out with other students in the middle school and kind of making that connection, and there's no reason why you can't do that, from the computer on the camera. So pretty cool. Mrs. Fabian says, and here's our video. So we're going to cut to Mrs. Fabian's video. It's going to be awesome. Are you excited?
Very excited.
All right, here we go.
Hi, Santa Mauritius Middle School. It's Mrs. Fabian here with a few important messages. One, it's time to get your yearbook order in. Today, the 17th, is the last day we're accepting orders. We're trying to get as many orders as possible. It's been an interesting year, so please don't forget to submit that order. Next, we wanted to reach out to many of our middle school students. We heard from Ms. H this morning that if there were 4 places right now you could go, school happens to be one of the most popular places our students want to go. So we were so excited to hear that. I know that this time in quarantine can be really hard, and sometimes we feel lonely and isolated, but don't forget that we are here to help and support you all. Every week, with Mr. Bolger's help, we're hoping to reach out to more and more of you. Don't forget, you have me here, Mrs. Kavanaugh, Mr. Trujillo, Mr. Pepe here to help you guys out during this time. You could email us, and soon we'll be reaching out to you, possibly starting some groups and some ways that we can connect more often. Keeping those connections going are a great way to stay positive during this time. We also want to remind our students to try to create some healthy routines while you're home. Waking up before 11 a.m. is always a good start to your day. I try to remind my own 8th grader of that. And taking good care of yourself, showering, brushing your teeth, maybe trying on a pair of sweatpants instead of pajama pants for the day. All of those things help us feel back in our routine, feeling somewhat normal. Then back to our connections. Try to reach out to 3 people every day from school. Maybe it's different teachers. Maybe it's some of your friends. Maybe it's your favorite building principal like Dr. Reggio. Anybody, okay? And we're all here. We're all connected to our email, and we can't wait to hear from you. Like I said, we're going to start some groups soon to help us stay socially connected to school. And I really hope right now and pray that all of you and your families are safe and healthy. And if you need anything, don't feel bad to reach out. We're here to help. We miss you all. Take care.
So that was awesome from Mrs. Fabian.
Yeah.
So what are you doing to like help with your mental health aspect?
Well, I think like she said, I try to get up and make the beds, make sure we're getting dressed. I always bother you to help make the beds, but you always make me do it.
And my son would like to live in his pajamas, which
my
I'm against. I'm a big get dressed guy.
No, he has to get dressed, have breakfast, get his schoolwork done, things like that. So I definitely think it helps to keep yourself busy doing other things besides just schoolwork.
All right, so other announcements we have from grade 8. Mr. Spicer says, I hope you are all well. Please make sure you complete your Castle Learning assignments and that they are done by Tuesday, April 21st. So thank you, Mr. Spicer. Mrs. Bennett is our special guest this week, which is awesome. Woo! So we're going to go to Mrs. Bennett. I'm so excited. Here we go. Hi, Mrs. Bennett. How are you?
Hi, Mr. Volger. Hi, Mrs. Volger. Hi, guys.
Hi. So how's it going? Tell us. How's it teaching from home?
It's going. It's definitely, I think everybody's learning. I think students are learning. Hopefully they're learning what they're supposed to be learning. And I think teachers are learning, how to teach this way. It's definitely different. I'm not sure if I like it. I miss the human interaction. I miss the human contact. But I'm working hard to learn all of these new techie things so I can, give my students a little bit of variety in what they do. And I'm not just shooting them here, fill out this form type of thing.
Yeah, I think that it's so important. I think what's good about this is that we're going to be able to use so much technology in our rooms when we go back. This was like almost the silver lining is everyone's going to be on top of tech when we all get back to school.
I know.
We're going to have so many more things to do in the classroom. The most advanced teachers ever.
Yeah. That's for sure. That's for sure. And what I really like with this is how, as teachers, we've just, I'm getting information and help from people that I don't even know. It's just a name that comes across an email and it's like, hey, have you tried this technology? Did you try this app or whatever? So I think that's a really, like you said, it's a silver lining to all of this, how much we are trying to help each other.
Yeah, it's been great.
And like kids are really starting to realize how like important school is. Like kids who used to be like, oh, school, now they're like, I miss it.
I know. I gave an assignment, the 4 places that you would go when you're finally able to get out and about. And I was so surprised how many of my students put school as one of the 4 places because, as much as you can complain about it, it's your other home. It's your other home for 5 days of the week. It's where you spend most of your time for 5 days of the week. It's just natural that you would, miss that.
Yeah. So if you have a message for students who are watching, what would you want to say to them?
Oh my gosh. I would tell them first and foremost how much I miss them. Even the ones that irritate me and I have to chase them down for doing their work and being prepared and behaving in class or whatever. No matter what, there's not one of them that I wouldn't just love to see in person and put my arm around his shoulder or just to hear a voice or whatever. So that's my main thing. I miss being in the classroom and seeing them and hearing them and that interaction. It's just odd to be so isolated.
Yeah. If there's a student out there that's struggling, what do you think would be some good advice for them?
That's a good question.
Reach out. There's so many resources you have. And if there's a particular teacher that you feel you have that connection with, that's the best place to start. We're all trying to be here for you and to do what we can for you, because this is so different and odd and unprecedented. So there's nothing to feel, oh, I should be coping or I should be able to do this or whatever, because no one's ever had to do this. So it would not be anything surprising if you're having trouble.
Right.
Yeah.
So definitely don't sit there, and especially those of you who may be home alone all day because mom and dad are working, and that's that's so common. This is what your life was. You go to
like
school,
an only
and
child who doesn't
working.
have any siblings.
Exactly. So
well,
if you're sitting
son.
there, there's nothing shameful, or there's nothing that you shouldn't feel, oh, I need to voice this, I need to let somebody know this. Now more than ever, this is when you need to communicate.
Yeah, absolutely. And it will end. Like, as much as it feels like it's never going to, we just have to keep saying it will end.
Eventually.
Absolutely.
We will be back together.
I know Mrs. Fabian gave her, one of her tips was to try to reach out to at least 3 different people a day, like whether friends or teachers or whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And, we had spoken before, Mr. Volger. One of the things that I make it a point to do is I make it a point to get off the screen and get outside and get some fresh air and hear people, if it's not my next door neighbors in their yard, or take a walk. You'll find I've seen people in my neighborhood I didn't even know lived there, because everybody's doing laps and walking around.
Yeah.
And even if it's just that, hey, how are you, kind of, wave to somebody. Just get outside and not be so focused on what you can see on TV or your video games or whatever, because all of that's good, but it's not giving you that human contact.
Yeah, absolutely. You have to find purpose for your day besides the mundane things. That's why I say it's important to get up, get dressed, make your bed, do things like that to get your day started in a similar way, so that A, you fill the day, but B, when this changes, we're still in somewhat of a rhythm to keep organized. We
Absolutely.
can't live in our pajamas for the rest of our life.
Get a lot of yard work done.
And brush your teeth.
Yes, twice a day at least. Very important.
Brush your teeth, Mr. Volger.
I will. Thank you. Now everyone in the community of Center Mauritius realizes that I need to brush my teeth. Well, thank you so much, Mrs. Bennett. This is awesome.
Thank you.
It's good to see you.
Thank you for inviting me to reach out to my students. I'm trying to work on some format where we can hear each other.
Mm-hmm.
So when I get that up and running, or if anybody's got suggestions, email it to me, what you've already been using, and I'll see if I can get on board with that.
Isn't Mrs. H uses Flip?
I'm looking into Flipgrid. I think a lot of the students are already familiar with it. So if it's something you already know how to do, and I don't have to reinvent the wheel, I just have to learn how to work it myself, and then I'll be good to go.
Cool.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye, everybody. Have a great weekend. It's good to talk to you.
So that was Mrs. Bennett. That was awesome.
Super. She's so lovely.
I know.
All right, so some more announcements. And those of you that are on the chat, I see you. So hi to everyone. Molly, and who else did I see? Matt. I can't remember, but I see a scrolling list. So hi, you guys. Okay, so Mr. Velati wants to say that he misses everybody so much. Don't forget to check in on his Google Classroom and sign up for dates. Classrooms for date posts and assignments. What does it say? I can't read. This is why you didn't
this is why I do it.
I have to get back. Don't forget to check in on our Google Classroom for up-to-date posts and assignments every morning
at 8 a.m. Pretty simple. I'll take it. All right. Mrs. H is up next.
Mrs. H says, if you have a question, text my Google Voice number. Great work on your Flipgrids today. It was so nice to see all of your faces. Be well, be safe, and have a great weekend. Mr. Shower says, miss you guys a lot. I'm so proud of all the hard work you're putting in at home. Remember to check Google Classroom for updates daily. All work is posted at 8 a.m. Feel free to use my Google Voice, even if it's just to say hello. Have a great weekend. Mrs. McCormick says, keep up the good work. I always love hearing from you through Google Voice or email, so keep it coming. And then Miss Rose says, miss you guys. Don't forget to check your emails and Google Classroom for the STEM challenge of the week. Don't forget to submit your extra spectacular
Thank
challenge.
God I didn't read that one.
And video daily.
You seeing a theme here with Google Classroom?
Here you
Because
go.
I am. All right, my turn. All right. Technology kits for Mr. Roy's 7th grade class are being distributed Tuesday the 21st from 10 to 2 p.m. In his back door by the tech
his
room.
back door.
Yeah,
At his back
back door. So go around the back of the middle school, and by
Don't
the
go
technology, by the technology back door, Mr. Roy will be there from 10 to 2 on Tuesday, and he'll be handing out the do-it-yourself like tech kits materials to his 7th graders in his technology class.
But you don't want to go in through the back door. Just wait there.
Yeah,
right?
it says, please stay in the car, and Mr. Roy will come out with a bag of parts. Rocket planes and mousetrap car. Much more fun than Google Class. Hey, Mr. Roy, he's taking shots at us. Yes, it is. It sounds like it's much more fun than Google Classroom. Miss Rose, miss you all. Don't forget to check your emails. This is for 7th graders. Mr. Slifstein and Mrs. Plush, we miss everyone. It's never too late to join our PE Google Classroom. This week, over 50 students joined. We are encouraging...
That's awesome. Can we just say 50?
50 is a lot.
Awesome.
We are encouraging.
Let's do 50 more.
We are engaging in fun and exciting activities. You can email eslifstein@cmschools.org to get personally invited to you, or use the Google ID NDGN3XI. We'll put that in the little box for the description for the video. So if you missed that, and my kids, you can ask me if you want it, and I'll post it to you whenever.
Same.
223 students so far, hoping to get the rest of you to join with us.
So let's do a challenge, everybody. Let's do 50 more students to sign up for PE.
Did we have that many students?
Before the next...
Because already 223. All right, 50 more.
50 more.
I haven't signed. I feel like I should sign up because, like I said
I'll
last
sign
week,
up.
I feel like I'm a house cat, and all I do is lay around and eat. I probably gained like 30 pounds, so like I should see Mr. Slifstein, please help me. I'm gonna sign up. Let teachers sign up.
Okay.
Grade 6, Mr. OB, keep staying safe and practicing social distancing, which is very smart. All my classwork can be found on my Google site.
And I saw Matt say that maybe he was having trouble getting into Mr. O'Brien's Google Classroom or website or something, so I will call Mr. OB and see what's going on with that.
Yeah, we'll figure that out.
Figure that out for you guys.
I know, remember with your Google site, when we set it up, it said that there was one box that you have to be on your school account to access it, and then there was one box that allows everyone.
Yes.
So we'll have Mr. OB kind of switch it over so everyone can access it.
I think that's probably what's going on. And by the way, hi, Kayla.
Foreign language, Mrs. Flieger, miss you all. Please stay in touch on Google Hangouts, Instagram, and through Google Voice. That sounds like Mrs. Flieger's having a good, fun stuff going on. Mrs. Harrison, I miss you all so much. Don't forget to check in on Google Classroom for up-to-date posts. Stay safe. Are you planning something with Mrs. Harrison, the consumer science class?
Maybe. We'll see.
Sneak peek.
Maybe.
You want to do Mrs. DeMeo?
Sure. Mrs. DeMeo, who is my neighbor at school. So I used to see her every day. Now I don't. But I see her once a week on our Zoom meetings.
Oh, I was like, you do?
And her daughter, Melody. So cute. Okay. I miss you so much, she says. If you haven't already sent me something creative that you've done, please send me something by next Friday to get credit for Project 1 and to touch base with me. I am being very flexible in what I'm taking for project credit. Please go to the Google Classroom for full details. If you have already submitted artwork, you're all good and don't have to worry about resubmitting anything. Thank you.
Hi, Georgia. I see you in there. Mrs. DePerkis, I hope you are all doing well. I miss everyone. Please make sure to check Google Classroom for your assignments. Have a great weekend. Mrs. Plush, she says, hey, 8th grade, don't forget to submit your motivational videos for health and for PE classes. Please submit your video workouts or written workouts you did from the exercise wheel if you prefer instead of video. Stay safe, keeping up the good work. I want to film myself doing a workout. Because if I film myself doing a workout, that means I have to do a workout.
It's true.
And that's what I want to do. Mr. Preston says, hello, 6th, 7th, and 8th graders, general music. Hope all is well. Make sure you submit your Google Forms for this week's lesson. If you have any questions, please reach out to me through email or the Google Voice phone number I provided on the Google Classroom stream. Have a great weekend and check for the next assignment on Monday. And I begged Mr. Preston in my weekly meeting to do a little piano solo. So maybe on week 4 we could throw a Mr. Preston piano solo.
That would be awesome.
Have you ever heard him on piano?
No.
He is like
phenomenal.
All right. Miss Middle School Chorus, please continue working on the sight reading exercises. Have a great weekend. Woo! So much. All right.
Okay,
the best part. This is the best part of the video.
Well, we have a few other things. So we have birthdays this week.
Yes, we do. We got some birthdays.
So get your dancing shoes on.
I can't wait.
That was fun.
Best part of the video, right there. You could just put that on. You can make memes out of that. That was, I don't even know what to say.
So fun.
Yeah. Do you see the triplets? Happy birthday. It's amazing.
Amazing. Okay, so remember to email us any announcements that you have that you want us to say out loud on this live broadcast. If you have a question, email it to us, either of us. And if we don't know the answer, we'll call Dr. Reggio and find out the answer and then inform you.
We'll probably text Dr.
Just remember, if you have a question, a lot of other students might have the same question. So don't be afraid to ask it, okay? And then...
And don't forget, like, even though we're all separated in our houses and we're doing, like, this internet video streaming Google Classroom nonsense, like, we're still a community. We're still a big family. Mm-hmm. We can still reach out. We're still here. Mm-hmm. There you go.
Yes, the important thing every week, and the reason why we're doing this, is to just keep everybody uplifted and to let you know that you're not alone. The way you're feeling, there's someone else feeling the exact same as you, and that we are all here for you. So make sure that you tune in, get your friends to tune in, and just stay, I don't know.
And film yourself doing workouts. That's key.
So since we have the live feed up, does anybody have any questions that they want to
Oh, we do. We have 13 people in the chat.
There are 13 people in the chat. Does anybody want to ask a question and we can answer it right now?
Alex Babzine says he's our biggest fan. Thank you. Is that her or which one, Alex? Because I don't know.
I think it's the duo. We're a duo.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. See, he goes right for himself.
Well, he's in my class. He sees my morning lessons.
Yes, and I'm sure he's had enough of you if that's the case.
Oh, that's probably true. I've had enough of me. I know that. Anyway, so I think that's it then, right?
Yes.
It was great. This is week 3. Next time will be week 4. So amazing. Gabby says hi. Well, hi, Gabby. Hi, Gabby. Anyway, I miss you guys, and that's it.
Yes, and so stay tuned. Make sure you're checking your Google Classrooms frequently, because like different times we're going to do some smaller Zoom meetings and have more face-to-face stuff on the computer. So definitely for my class, for Family and Consumer Sciences, I'm going to try to set up maybe one day a week, or each period I'll meet with you as a group in some form live, so we can do some communicating.
And we have an amazing video like lined up. I have to edit of one of Mrs. Folger's friends does what type of art? What is it?
It's felt. It's like working with felt.
It's working with felt. She makes like stuffed animals with felt. It's really amazing. We got to post that. Super cool.
Yeah. So there's definitely some fun filming stuff that we've been doing in the pipeline here at home. But it takes a lot of time to process the videos and edit them, and we have a lot of grading and things to do. But we're churning them out. So just stay tuned. And again, if you have suggestions or something you want to see, let us know.
Yes. And thank you, Derek. That's I appreciate it. You have a good weekend too.
Okay.
Bye, guys.
We'll see you guys next week. Bye.
Bye. Should we go back to birthdays real quick?